Valerie Bloom is a Jamaican-born British writer and performer. Um, she visited Grand Cayman in November 2011, and I was fortunate enough to see her perform and was really positively impacted by her performance. Her style of poetry and her style of performance is reminiscent of the late Dr. Louise Bennett Clovelly, for those who are Caribbean and do know who I'm speaking of. But Valerie Bloom is just amazing in how she brings across her point and her story. She's mainly a children's writer. Um, and so her pieces are not only poignant but very, very funny. She attended, when I first met her, she had attended a poetry reading event that I attend here on Island. And I was so happy to meet her. She was touring the primary schools at the time, and so I got to go to one of the primary schools that she was performing at, and I got to see her then. And these clips that are going to follow are clips that I took from the primary school performances. I really hope you enjoy the Naprika. This one is especially for you. I went in my archives and dragged these out because I wanted you to see this lady. She will be performing soon again in somewhere in England. I will post the date and the place at the end of these clips. But everybody, please enjoy. This woman is totally, totally amazing.
There's water on the ceiling, there's water on the wall, there's water in the bedroom, there's water in the hall, there's water on the landing, there's water on the stairs. Whenever Daddy takes a bath, there's water everywhere. Okay, now put your hand up if you have had chickenpox. Excellent. All right, hands down. My finger is on my lips. Good. Okay, now when my daughter was born, she was very, very tiny because she was 2 months early. She wasn't quite finished yet. She had no earlobes yet, and she had no fat at all. She was just skin and bones. And she only weighed 1 kilo. And when I was bathing her, I would hold her in one hand like that because I was afraid if I put her down, she'd go right through the plug hole. She was so tiny. And when I held her like that, her head was there and her feet were there. And because she was so tiny, we couldn't get close to fit her, so we had to send off to Cornwall in the south of England where they had clothes for tiny, tiny babies. And when her clothes came back, her dress was about that big. And her shoes were about that big. And we took her home, and her brother got chickenpox, and the sister got chickenpox, and they gave her chickenpox. And because she was so tiny, all you could see were spots, nothing else. So this is a poem I wrote when she got better. It's called Chickenpox. My sister was spotty, she was spotty all over. She was plastered with spots from her head to her toes. She had spots on the parts that her bathing suits cover, spots on her eyelids, spots on her nose. Yeah. I didn't know chickenpox could be so interesting. It seemed such a shame to waste all those spots, so when Jody was sleeping and no one was looking, I got a blue pen and joined up her dots. Okay, do you like to swing? Yeah! And do you like to go really, really high? Yeah! Excellent. Well, this is a poem about a girl who loves to swing and she loves to go really, really high. So she went into the park with her mom and she said to her mom, she sat on the swing and she said to her mom, "Push me, mommy, push me. High up in the air. Hiya, mommy. Hiya. Send me over there where that branch is growing. This is so much fun. Let me touch those leaves, mommy. Let me touch the sun. Swing me, mommy, swing me. Do you call this high? Let me touch that house there, mommy. Let me touch the sky. Stop me, mommy, stop me. Get me off the swing. My ears are popping. Mommy, my head is starting to ring. The ground is spinning. I think I'm going to die. Really, mommy? Why did you push the swing so high? Thank you, thank you. Now, I'm going to do a poem by another Jamaican poet called Thelma Baker, but this is a poem which is half in English and half in Jamaican patois, but it's a good poem to listen to before we go on to the patois poems, which we'll do in a minute. Now, in this poem, there's a girl who's walking along the street in Jamaica, and she meets a woman who's mentally ill. And you know, when you're mentally ill, your mind is sick, just like when you're physically ill, your body is sick, and so you need to go to the doctor to get better. Well, when I was growing up, we had a mental hospital in Kingston, the capital. And so people who were ill in the countryside either didn't go to the hospital, or if they went, they got homesick and they came away again before they were completely better. And so you'd meet them on the street and they would start talking to you as if you were best friends, even if you've never met them before. And this is what happened to the girl, because she's walking along and she sees the woman, and the woman says to her, how is your mother?
Sit down.
Fine.
Sit down, good.
How is your father? Fine. You don't remember me? And when I answered no, she turned with raised brows, eyes gone huge with angry surprise. She screamed, "You don't remember me? You don't remember me? Me who teach you to read and write and so you don't remember me?" Wide eyes met frightened ones as she willed me to remember. Then, with lips that barely moved, she whispered softly, ever so softly, "And as Moses lift up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up." With a calm dignity born of her insanity, she slowly turned and walked away.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you. Now I'm going to ask you to help me with the next poem. This is a poem set in a Jamaican school, and usually we have very strict discipline in Jamaican schools and children behave very well, but this is a make-believe school because Because the children are not behaving very well at all. In fact, they're giving the teacher a really hard time until the headmaster comes in when they pretend to be little angels. Now, when we were growing up, we used to have to learn most of our lessons by heart, and we would do that by chanting them over and over until we learned them. So what I want you to do is to pretend to be these children, and I want you to chant for me the first 2 lines of your 2 timetables. I'd like you to say, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Can you try that? 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 4. Excellent, but I'd like you to chant it the way we used to do it, which is in a sing-song voice. So I'd like you to look really goody-goody, and then I want you to say, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Excellent. Now when I say quick, headmaster coming through the door, that's when you do your bit, okay? So this is tables. Headmaster come, okay, sit down. Joe, mind you broke Jane collarbone. Tom, take your foot off of the desk. Sandra Wallace, me know you vex, but beg you get up off of Joseph's head. Take the lizard off of Sue neck head. Sue me there, don't bounce so loud. Thomas, why you put the toad into Elvira's sandwich bag? What you doing with that bullfrog? Take it off my desk, you mad? You chase small me, but it's not that bad that you have to sit down on the floor. Chip, don't squeeze the frog under the door. Put it through the window. No, no less. Me know you're hungry, but Mary is won't fill you up, so spit it out. Now go wash the blood out of your mouth. Hortense, take Mary to the nurse. Nick, take your hand out of Hortense first. I wonder who told all of you said that this classroom is a zoo. Quick, headmaster coming through the door. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Excellent, well done, well done.